What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Madden NFL Las Vegas Raider franchise with Pastors Game 2. Man, this is the last game of the season, and so let's get it done. But before we get into the game, I want you guys to consider liking and subscribing and clicking the notification bell for this video. We are on our way to 1,000 subscribers. We are not close yet, but we're hoping that you will join us on the journey. You can say you would have been one of the first for this channel, but yes, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button, and so you can get all the notifications and we can kind of build a little community. With no further ado, let's jump on into the game. Flojo, you know what to do. Kick the music.
So I eat, and I don't know the feet. I only know the heat. I only know the grind. I only know the sweet. Yo, I miss sweat. I only know the best. That's up on my chest. I only know the reps. I only know what's next. Nothing more, nothing less. Watching the game, and I'm trying to make moves. Yeah, I'm trying to make moves. And they trying to move chains. It's a goal on my name. 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 I've been watching the game, and I'm trying to make moves. Yeah, I'm trying to make moves. And they trying to move chains.
All right, guys, it is a crisp day here in Denver, Colorado, and here is the playoff picture. You see, we are in there, but there are some people in the hunt. The Broncos, not the Broncos, the Bengals and the Bills were in the hunt, and a few others. You can go back and take a look at that. But man, let's go ahead and get started in this one. We're going against the Denver Broncos again. We are already in the playoffs, so this game doesn't mean a whole bunch. I don't think the Denver Broncos really have a chance in this game to do anything about their season, but again, it's just a rivalry game, and we just can't have it be that these guys are just gonna come in and beat us. So the game matters, you know what I mean? Melvin Gordon get the run up the middle. Oh, and also I think if you saw in the opener, Marcus Mariota is still starting this game. Mariota had a tough game last week, threw several interceptions and threw a couple in the red zone, so we're still trying that out. Denver is 3-9 already, and Kaepernick looking for someone and doesn't find it. Max Crosby meets him, and I feel like Max Crosby in the last game was the guy that really got after Colin Kaepernick, and so Max Crosby again comes up with the sack and sends the Denver Broncos 3 and out in this first drive, the start of this particular game. And so there will be a punt. They're punting from the 14-yard line, and probably just a pedestrian punt, but maybe not. Hunter Renfrow takes on the outside. Oh, cuts it on the outside, and it looks like he could go all the way. And that boy Hunter Renfrow starts the game with the punt return for the touchdown, the first punt return for touchdown of the season. Hunter Renfrow just follows the blocks and just too fast for him, too shifty for him. Gets in for the touchdown and gives the Raiders a 7-point lead. Yeah. I know, man. They got you. I know. That's the way I feel. Actually, I don't feel that way. I'm quite happy about that punt return. So the Raiders 7-0 and haven't touched the field with the offense yet. You can see now it's 3rd and 2. Kaepernick throws over the middle, finds his tight end over the middle, and gets the catch for the first down. Kaepernick moving the ball. 1st and 10 now on the 44-yard line. The Denver 44. Kaepernick moves out, decides to move up the field, and a nice tackle by Furrow. Kaepernick should have turned up a little earlier, but didn't, and only gets a yard on that play. He left some yards on the field. He could have turned up sooner than that. Makes the pass over to his top receiver, Cortland Sutton, gets the catch and makes the play. Melvin Gordon up the middle now on 1st and 10. They're on the right side of the field now on 41-yard line. 2nd and 7. They give it to Melvin Gordon again, who breaks one tackle, but more Raiders come up to meet him. Jonathan Abram makes sure to take him down. 3rd and 8. Can the Raiders get him off of the field on this 3rd down? The coach is looking for the advantage. The defense steps up on what could be a big play. Melvin Gordon didn't want to go down, was able to shed Heath's attempt to tackle, but Randall and Abram able to show up. So 3rd and 8, ready to make this pass. Looks like from Kaepernick over the middle and knocked out by number 38, Heath, who had missed the opportunity in the last play, but comes up big there and gets the Broncos off the field. So now the offense comes on for the first time. Marcus Mariota throwing more interceptions than touchdowns. His ratio is about the same as Derek Carr. So far, Mariota has not made a good case for why he should start in the place of Derek Carr, but he's certainly been given his opportunities. Josh Jacobs, who is in the MVP hunt, had 90 yards last week and certainly the MVP of this game. Gets the ball, runs up 4 yards. MVP of this team, sorry. Nice hold there. Couldn't get there quickly enough. There's a flag on the play. Looks like it's going to be holding on the Raiders, so that play is coming back. 2nd and 16 now. Mariota looks to pass the ball and hits his guy over the middle, Henry Ruggs. Once again, Mariota established a nice chemistry with Henry Ruggs. It has really allowed Ruggs to kind of come into his own in the second half of the season. We thought maybe we would get Ruggs going early. Ooh, with the big hit by Josh Jacobs, takes out the safety. But we thought we could get Henry Ruggs going early, and it turned out Ruggs has gotten going late, and Edwards has been less of a factor. Well, he's been a key factor, though. Edwards hasn't gone anywhere, but Henry Ruggs has been finally getting in the game and getting some love. So we got a chance to kind of see what he can do. Josh Jacobs and the offensive line by the Raiders are able to get 6 yards on that play. 3rd and 4. Nice pass over to Jacobs, who reaches out and I believe on the extension does get the first down. Number 94. That was a weird jump. Did you see that? Oh, you probably didn't see it. Go ahead and hit rewind. You can see it. More of the running game, more of the ground game by Josh Jacobs. 2nd and 3. And really, we just want to. Oh, and there it is, an interception. He should have thrown underneath, and he did not. And Mariota has hit his interception. Look at this. At least once a game now. We might have to make a move at quarterback in the offseason. Both these guys are just too willy-nilly with the ball. And the Broncos, starting to get going now. I called number 10. Who is that? I called number 10 Cortland Sutton. It wasn't Cortland Sutton. It's whoever number 10 is on the Broncos who's caught that pass earlier. Oh, Kaepernick and Max Crosby once again. Every time Kaepernick tries to break the edge on his side, Max Crosby is there to take Kaepernick down. And so 2nd and 19 now. Melvin Gordon with the run up the middle and going to get some yards, but not enough. 3rd and 11. Let's see what the Broncos decide to do here, and if the Raiders can go ahead and get him off the field. Kaepernick throws over the middle. He does make the catch, but Heath gets the tackle just short of the first down. So 4th and 3. The Raiders get the punt, and it's their 1st and 10. It's about 2 minutes left before the half is done. Maybe about 2 minutes and 30 seconds at that point. Josh Jacobs again running the ball, tries to juke his guy and is taken down with an arm tackle by number 31, and that's the 2-minute warning. Raiders winning 7-0. Not much offense in this game, but again, the Raiders not trying to do too much here because we really want to just kind of keep the ball, keep the clock moving, make sure that we don't come out of this thing with any injuries. Nice pass across Kaepernick to his receiver, and they get the first down after the Raiders have to punt. Another sack. Heath comes in with the sack. The Broncos going with a no huddle in the 2-minute offense. Tries to throw it over middle after getting pressure. Does not find his guy. Overthrows him. 3rd and 16. The Raiders have done good on 3rd down so far today. And they give the ball. They hand the ball off to Melvin Gordon on 3rd and 16 in a 2-minute offense. That's a weird play. I know they didn't think that was going to happen. And Heath again is there to make the tackle. Raiders get the ball back with a chance to maybe try to score before the half is done. Mariota hits Ruggs on the sideline, goes out of bounds, and Mariota throws again, gets a nice catch. Who is that? Brian Edwards, I believe, jumps up and gets the jump ball and moves the ball on the other side, and this could give the Raiders a chance to actually get a field goal before the end of this half. Beautiful play. Throws over the middle and intercepted. They tried to take a shot over the middle. It looked like that was open. It was not. And so Mariota ends the half with 2 interceptions. And the Broncos are losing to the Raiders 7-0 at halftime. Again, a game that's relatively pointless, but it is revealing something. You know, what we're learning is that Mariota and Derek Carr are not that different. They're playing pretty much the same, throwing the ball over the middle and throwing interceptions. Patrick Mahomes loses to the Chargers, and the Chiefs are the disappointment of the season. The surprise disappointment. 7-9 is how they end this season. The Arizona Cardinals are beating the Rams. Looks like they're scoring a bunch, 24 points in the first half, and the 49ers are beating the Seattle Seahawks, who I believe are already in the playoffs. Seahawks doing their thing for the season, but getting beat in this game. Josh Jacobs only 41 yards so far today. A relatively light day. Again, the Raiders are playing super conservative, really just trying to get this game done and over with the clock. Josh Jacobs, man, he just broke out to the outside. He'd gotten much more yards. Probably would have definitely got the first down, but still 8-yard pickup by Jacobs. Play action. Oh, and he had the guy, Henry Ruggs, had a step on his defender, but Mariota overthrows him. Again, probably just a smidge too early with the pass. If only he would just settle down for a second and let the play develop. 4th and 1, the Raiders are going for it on their 34. Josh Jacobs runs to the outside, able to follow his blocks and get the 1 yard. So the Raiders have a new set of downs, and Mariota is sacked by the Denver line. The Denver Broncos come through, and Mariota hasn't been sacked too much. Another overthrow by Mariota, this one to the out route, and probably a safe throw. It could be in Mariota's head. Throws it he does make the connection to Brian Edwards. A nice pass, and 4th and 1. Are the Raiders going to go for it again? Sure they are. When you got Josh Jacobs, the number 1 running back in the league, and it's 4th and 1, I mean, you kind of have to go for it. It's kind of silly to not do it. They did get the first down, and so Jacobs doing more, runs across, gets the first down, and after the first down does get an 8-yard gain, but then there's a face mask to bring him down. Mariota finds his guy. Jacobs again on the reception out of the flat, able to get the first down on that catch, and the Raiders are moving the ball up the field. They're in the red zone. Jalen Richard, nice run following his block, very patient run, 7 yards up the middle. Richard's in the game, and he tries to get the 3 yards, but doesn't. Just gets 1 out of the play. Josh Jacobs back in the game. Don't know why he made that move. Little juke on the outside, and Josh Jacobs is down, injured on the field. The worst nightmare for the Raiders would be for Jacobs to go down and not be available for the playoffs. We will have to see what that injury will mean. This is exactly what the Raiders were afraid of, thinking that we needed to make sure and that we didn't come out of this with a injury. Hunter Renfrow with the touchdown catch. Do your dance, bruh. Do your dance. Do your dance. So Hunter Renfrow out here getting the touchdown. Nice pass. Mariota could have ran that in and probably padded his stats. He goes ahead and gets the pass over the middle to Renfrow, who I'm sure is quite appreciative. Raiders up 14-0, and news on Josh Jacobs is that he will return in this game, and so we don't have to worry about him being out for the playoffs. Consider that a bullet. What do you say? Bullet miss? Bullet? I don't know. I can't think of the phrase right now. But we got lucky on that one. Who's this dude? Kaepernick hits his tight end over the middle and gets some things going. First down and 10. Kaepernick, this season hasn't had a good. We've been able to do well against Kaepernick so far this season, and against the Broncos as a whole. I don't think we're afraid of this team. Now, I think it would be completely different offensively if we had to deal with Von Miller. Von Miller is a beast, but he's injured. He's been injured the whole season. I'm sure that has hurt the Broncos. In fact, it's really probably put a lot of pressure on this offense to try to make a lot of big plays early. And that's probably why they picked up Kaepernick. They thought maybe he could pick up and make some plays. But we haven't had any real problems with them. They are moving down the field, though. They're on the 20-yard line. They're officially in the red zone right now. Marcus Jordan makes a tackle as they go out. The offense, they're trying to get, the defense trying to converse on the sideline to get themselves together, see if they can do something. And a missed tackle frees up the tight end to run up the middle and get the touchdown. And the Denver Broncos are on the board. I started to say a minute ago that we were pitching a shutout, and then I was thinking in my head, I don't want to say that because it's probably going to be that would be a jinx, but maybe just me thinking it made it a jinx. 14-7, the Denver Broncos losing against the Las Vegas Raiders, but again, it would be a win for our team if we can get out of this game alive. You see Josh Jacobs sitting on the sideline there, and he's back in the game, ready to contribute. I don't know if that was the best move by Gruden. If it were me in a game that doesn't matter, and my running back, my MVP candidate running back was injured, he may not be playing for the rest of the game. But speaking of the MVP, Josh Jacobs is in the MVP race, and this game matters. And he's in a race with Patrick Mahomes, whose team is not doing well at all. So it would seem as though he would have a good chance to do something about that. And there it is, another interception by Mariota. What we're learning is that Henry Ruggs, he's too short to cover for the mistakes of a quarterback's short throw. Henry Ruggs can do nothing about this play. He's too. You see him. He can't do anything about defending the ball if he has to turn into a defender. And Mariota throws a bad ball there, but Ruggs is not able to protect his quarterback because of how small he is. And so I think we've got to figure out the right routes for Henry Ruggs. Some of those out routes, if they're not outright speed, he hadn't just beat him. Like we can't throw jump balls. Nice hit by Heath throwing Gordon on the ground there on a 9-yard catch. But if he hadn't outrun them on the route, and if we throw in a jump ball, then Henry Ruggs doesn't seem like he's going to catch and do something about the jump ball. We're going to have to catch him on a kind of a catch and run situation. So we'll have to remember that as we continue to go forward. But the Broncos moving up the field, they're only down by a touchdown, and the Raider defense is somebody got laid. Was that Jonathan? No, I'm about to say, was that Jonathan Abram that got thrown? I don't know who that was that got thrown to the ground, but Melvin Gordon said no, sir, to somebody. And the Broncos are moving right now. They are They are within the 10-yard line in the fourth quarter with less than 2 minutes left in the game. Actually, right about 2 minutes left. 14-7. They look in position to score. It's 3rd and goal. It's a 2-minute warning now. 3rd and goal. Let's see if the Raiders can get them off the field. If they can, then this game is probably pretty much over. But if they don't, and we get the nice tackle. Heath shows up again with the sack, and the Broncos go for it on 4th and goal at the 9, and they find Melvin Gordon wide open. No Raiders near him at all. 14-14. The Broncos defense thought they made a game-saving play, but the Broncos go for it on a 4th down, find Melvin Gordon over the middle for no reason, and he's just wide open. And that's crazy now. It's just crazy. Kickoff, Jalen Richard runs the ball out of the end zone just to use up some of the clock. 1 minute 38 seconds left, and so now the Raiders have to move up the field. Plenty of time. They've got 3 touchdowns, 1 minute 38 seconds. Mariota comes into the game in order to give them a chance, and he hits Brian Edwards right over the middle, who gets a huge gain, about 25 yards on that reception. Puts the Raiders in much better territory. 46 yards. They've got to get about 30 yards to get into field goal range, which is what I think they have to be thinking about. Mariota doesn't see anyone to pass it to. He does make the run, gets the first down and some, picks up probably about 15 yards there, and now it's 33. They're on the 33-yard line, and this would be a tough kick for the kicker, but running up the middle, Josh Jacobs gets another 8 yards or so, and that's a timeout by the Denver Broncos. Now they have to worry about it. The Raiders are in field goal territory with 57 seconds left. 2nd and 1. I believe they're on the 25-yard line. Josh Jacobs up the middle does get the first down, moves the ball to about the 19, gets a 6-yard run, and now it is about protecting the ball and killing the clock. Denver Broncos call a timeout. 14-14, under a minute left. The Raiders on the 25, or rather on the 20-yard line, and the ball's going to Josh Jacobs. He cuts into the inside, gets no gain on that, but the clock is moving. 25 seconds left in the game. They're going to pass the ball, looks like, and no, Mariota decides to run, and looks like he could have gotten smashed. He runs out of bounds. Don't know why he ran out of bounds, because we kind of need this clock to keep going. Another pass play here, a sack by the Denver Broncos with 9 seconds left, but only on the 25-yard line. They're still in field goal range. Looks like the Raiders are going to let the clock sort of tick down a little bit if they can, in order to go ahead and decide this game with the kick, whether they're going to overtime on a miss or we'll get the W like last week at the last minute. And so the kick is up, and with no ticks on the clock, the kick is good, and the Raiders, for the second week in a row, win the game on a last-second kick and are able to get the win. They end the season 13-3. They beat the rival, AFC West rival Denver Broncos. They're 2-0 against them, and the Raiders in this season significantly better than we thought they would. We thought we were looking for a 7-win season, but just thought we could barely get that, and here we are, not just in the playoffs, but leading the league with the best record in the league, 13-3, the prohibitive favorite to actually go to the Super Bowl based on that record. And so that's going to be interesting. Can't wait to get started with the playoffs. But looking at the stats for this game, Colin Kaepernick 18 for 22 for 229 yards. Not too bad. There's Mariota, who was 9 for 15, threw for 140 yards. But again, the Raiders were very conservative. There's the key. He threw 3 interceptions. And so 3 interceptions today. And so we don't know if he's going to be the guy who's really going to help this team in the playoffs. Josh Jacobs does what he does. Brian Edwards with the most yards received, and Henry Ruggs probably with the most receptions, and Jeff Heath, four tackles, or rather 6 tackles, but 2 sacks and some big plays by Jeff. Max Crosby also with 2 sacks, and the Raider defense has definitely improved over the time period. And so make sure you like and subscribe so you are up to date on the latest as we go into the playoffs. Stick around for the preview, and I will see you when I see you. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the preview of the season 1 NFL playoffs for this particular franchise with the Las Vegas Raiders. Here we see Darren Waller with the upgrades. I don't know why we didn't feature Darren Waller this season, and we probably should have, but we didn't. And here we see also Henry Ruggs, who's been a mysterious kind of dev trait. So we're going to maybe see what his dev trait finally is here at the end of the season. We go ahead and upgrade him, but that's really what I want to show here. So he's progressing pretty well. We want to make sure that he gets good route running. I think that's going to be big for him, especially for his height, for his size and what he can do. And there he is. He shows up as a superstar dev trait, which means he does have an ability. Let's take a look at it. Oh, it's grab and go. We kind of talked about this, that he's got to catch and run. We've been kind of throwing some jump balls to him, and he's lost a lot of those. So we've got to play to his strengths a little bit better. Here we see the MVP race, and it is an upset. How in the world did Joe Burrow, the rookie, get the MVP of the season? Josh Jacobs has been a favorite for us for the whole time, every time I've checked it. And here we are at the end of the season, and Joe Burrow comes out of nowhere with the MVP. Although I think we'll see something about why that is in a minute. John Gruden does get Coach of the Year, though, with the best record, with the Patriots right behind him. And so we do get some hardware, but I feel like we should have gotten the MVP with our man. I don't know. We'll see. Matt Ryan here. We see who the best passers are at the end of the season. These are the top 6 players, 6-7 passers. You see Burrow there, 4,133 yards. That's not a slouchy. That's a good season. And here we see Josh Jacobs leading all rushers, 1,751 yards, under 2,000, but he does get 100 yards per game and only 1 fumble. So, man, that guy's doing the thing right there. Here we see from a yardage point of view with receptions, Adam Humphries gets the yardage, and Marquez Valdez-Scantling and Cook get the most receptions. Here you take a look at some of the defense. You can pause the screen there if you'd like to see some of the defender deals. And check this out, the MVP game, right? Burrow is the quarterback for the Bengals, who gets his team into the playoffs on the wild card. I wonder if that played into the MVP sort of voting to bring him out of nowhere. But we get a chance to go up against this guy, and so we have the top 2 MVP candidates in the first game of the playoffs with the Cincinnati Bengals and the Las Vegas Raiders. And man, talk about motivation. We are ready to smash these guys. I'm thinking Jacobs is going to go for 200 in this game or something. Like the plan is probably going to be to push it down the field with them. So here we have the offensive coordinator. I kind of like this. The offense, they don't have anything special. They're just kind of asking, hey, do you want to get an update for things we need to watch out for this team? And so we're looking at it. Looks like our offensive coordinator feels like we're pretty good, but he's also giving the Bengals some props there. He's like, man, they have a pretty well balanced team. You can read the conversation there. No key players are injured, and so we got a plan to be ready to go. So the offensive coordinator giving us a preview. I thought that was kind of cool, so I thought I'd keep that in the video. Here's a preview of the Cincinnati Bengals, and they're not amazing on paper. Joe Mixon, one of the best running backs in the game, looks like he's got some good momentum and he's ready to go. AJ Green is also good, and they look like they're pretty stout running up the middle, which is where the Raiders do get quite a bit of yardage. So that's going to be interesting to see the battle in the trenches there. But ultimately, the Bengals aren't scary on paper. Maybe they've got some momentum, and that's what's going to help them in this game. But I mean, Joe Burrow as a rookie, that's pretty good. 83 at the end of the first year. That's pretty good. So Joe Burrow looks like he is leading that team and has them outperforming what is expected. A little bit like the Raiders, although we don't have Joe Burrow with 4,000 passing yards. We've been running the ball. Quick look at the team sort of by position. There's Joe Burrow, there's Joe Mixon. We've kind of talked about both of those. We got to be careful about them. We're going to go in and kind of look at the tight ends. Oh wait, AJ Green, top receiver, and Boyd is somebody we need to worry about as well. But the rest, I feel like we should be able to be pretty good against them. Offensive line, trying to see where the weaknesses are, and looks like up the middle is where they're going to be the weakest. The left side, we should be able to get in and get some pressure with these guys. So we'll see if that works. Looks like the defensive tackle position again is where they are strongest. Linebackers are not bad, but the middle linebacker, there he is, and they're the right outside linebacker. Even the corners, they don't look scary. I feel like we got young receivers, and so everyone's trying to make a name for themselves, so we don't look scary on paper either, but I think it's a good matchup for us. So I'm not worried about this game. I think we should be able to win or at least compete in this game. It certainly would be the worst to lose the MVP counting and to lose the game in the playoffs to the same team, to the same guy. So we need we don't need. I think we're motivated. The team is motivated. The defense is motivated. Let's see if we can turn Murrow over and reveal the mistake in the ways of those who have declared Burrow as an MVP instead of Josh Jacobs. So that's going to be a fun game to watch and play. I hope you guys tune into it. Make sure that you click the like and subscribe button so you can get, and the notification bell. Make sure you are notified immediately when the next game goes up. Man, it's been a good first season so far. I think it's just going to get better. I hope that you guys stick with us. We'll see how it all ends, and I will see you when I see you. Peace out.